Now let us see how to use switch case control structure, as it is a switch case control structure comes under selection control structure. Let's assume uh, we are developing a simple program to perform calculations, to perform operations of a calculator. Let's say there are four choices. If you choose one, it has to perform addition. So it has to read two numbers or three numbers. But if you give choice as one, it has to perform addition. And if you give choice as two, it has to perform subtraction. And if you give choice as three, it has to perform multiplication. And if it is a four, division. If any other number apart from these four, it has to give a message saying invalid choice. Whenever you reach out to customer care, right, the moment you reach them out and they say choose one for Tamil or two for English, three for other languages, right? If you choose something else and it will tell you, right, the options which you have chosen is invalid, choose from the following options. So it says again, right? So that's what we're going to do with switch case. It is a selection. So based on the input, a set of code gets executed, right? Let's take a look at how it works. So we have done some part of the code. Look at this. So using scanner, you're going to read input. There are two things you need to do. One is you will have to read a choice. So that is why I've created a variable name, declared a variable named as choice, int choice. And it has to read 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. If it has to read a character and we have something else to read input. Okay. So we are reading it directly. The flexibility in Java is you can declare variable anywhere. You can declare variable anywhere. You can assign values to it anywhere. So that's not a big deal. So otherwise, in some of the programming languages, it restricts you to initialize variable only in the beginning, only at the beginning. So here it is not the case. Fine. So we have created a variable, declare a variable, and we have read input for that. Then we say enter two values. So why we have done this? If you're going to do it in cases, switch cases, we'll see how it works. You'll have to repeat these two instructions, enter two values. If after choosing addition, addition also should prompt for input, two input value, enter two values. Then again, if you choose subtraction, then it also has to prompt input. So instead, what you've done is we read it once, we read input only once, and we use multiple times. We use it within the cases. So that is what we can do. Okay, fine. Let's see how a switch works. So it's very simple. So switch is the keyword which you need to switch off. Then you'll have to say choice. Choice. It takes choice, right? Then open the curly braces and close it up. So this is how it has to be written. It has to take a choice, and for every single choice we have to write like this. If case is 1, here it is given as 1, 2, 3 numbering. And if it is going to be ABC, and you'll have to give it like this, right? So we can have Roman numbers, we can have any choices we can have. So currently it is 1, 2, 3. So look at this, we are directly performing addition and printing the result, right? Result is variable which is going to have the value here. So if you want to read input every time, let's say I don't read input here, what we need to do is we'll have to take this statement and put it here. We'll have to do it here this way. So you'll have to do it for every single case. For addition, you'll have to read input. And then for subtraction also, you'll have to read input. Separately, you'll have to do it multiple times. Case 2 also, you'll have to read input like this. So just to avoid this, if you say, look at this. So for subtraction also, if case 2 is given as a choice, then it comes here. It does not execute the rest of the cases. It automatically comes to this it matches with the choice value. If choice is 2, it checks, is it 2? No, it comes down. Is it 2? Yes. Then it executes this set of statements. So if you have 4 cases, you'll have to read input for this 4 different times. These values, we'll have to have more code. 3 lines is additionally added. Just to cut it short, we have kept it above switch, so that we take 2 values and perform operations, be it a subtraction, addition, or anything. But there are programs where you need to read input separately in every cases, that we cannot avoid. But for this program, we can actually avoid multiple times. So look at this. So we are reading it only once and using those values. Since it is an operation of 2 numbers addition, so we are doing it like this. So you can complete the rest of the cases and print. And remember, we must have statement and followed by break is very important, because if we do not keep break, it executes the rest of the cases as well. If we keep after case 1, if you do not have break statement, then it executes case 2 as well. So that is why it is important to have break statement in every single case. Look at this. Now we have completed this. So we have completed for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Finally, for any other input, it has to give us a message saying invalid choice. Let's save this program and run this. So we have saved it in Java programs folder, right? Save it. So Java programs folder is there within desktop. So file name is calculator, class name and file name is same. Look at this, calculator.java. I already have saved this, calculator.java. Now we are going to run this program, so we can check whether it has a class file. Calculator Java is here, calculator.class is here. Yes, the compilation is successful. Now we are going to run this out. So it is simple calculator. It is giving us 1 2 3 4 2. So I'm going to give addition first. So it throws an error, exception error. Let's see what is input mismatch exception. So it says why it was giving us an error message, input mismatch exception, because after 1 I also had given a dot. So but here what we have given is int choice. It is an integer variable. We'll have to give int. When you the moment you one dot, when you do that, it is not read as integer. So now we are giving 1. Enter two values. Let's say 12 and 23. It gives us 35. So let's try out different operations. So let's try out division. 4, choice 4. Enter two numbers, 100. Let's say 25. So what we get is 4. Then if you let's execute it again. If you're going to give some wrong input, right? 5 or 6, 56, something like this we're giving, right? So if you enter two values, any numbers you enter, and it says invalid choice. If you want to avoid this, if you do not want, if after giving invalid choice, if you do not want to read, there is no point in reading two values. In that case, what we have to do is we'll have to place value reading part within the cases itself, so that it automatically, the moment you enter an invalid choice, it will give a message saying it's an invalid choice. So take a look at the code. This is it. So you have break and all this. You can also try saying till you press exit. Say I'm going to have a choice named as 5, case 5, and case 5 is meant for execute. So you can repeat this. You can put this in a loop, within a while loop. We can place it, and you can say if 5 is meant for a while, you can have. So I will talk about while. When we talk about while, we'll see how to use this. You can have a while loop for a here and say when choice is not 5, then you can keep executing this. It will keep prompt until unless you press 5. It does not terminate. The program will run again and again. If you look at this example here, we ran this program. Look at this Java calculator once just to perform addition. We'll have to run the program again to perform subtraction. We'll have to run the program again to perform multiplication, right? But if you place this section of code within a while loop, you can execute again and again. You can have a choice for termination also. You can have a choice for exit. 5 is meant for execute. Here you can give a choice saying 1 2 3 4 5 is meant, 4 is meant for addition, and you can have 5 as a exit. You can try, right? We'll talk about it later.